Good morning. Happy Monday, Lane Gang. Time to wake up and do some multiple choice. All right, I'm going to start sharing my screen with you. So today's multiple choice is an ACT English practice. But before we jump into that, I just want to announce all of the official AP test information now, since I got it all in a slideshow for you. And then I can send this out to the parents as well, so all of your moms and dads and guardians know about it too. Okay, so the official test date, it was only pushed back a week later, so your AP English test is going to be on Wednesday, May 20th, and it'll be at 11 a.m., which is really nice because you can sleep in a lot later than you would have been if you were taking it at school. Okay, so your overall test structure, it is only a 45-minute test for you guys. So it's that same timing of the essay we've been practicing. You have to write an essay in 40 minutes, and it gives you that extra 5 minutes to upload and submit your essay, so to account for any tech things going on there. It is for sure going to be a rhetorical analysis essay. So you won't have to do synthesis, you won't have to do argument analysis only. What's kind of cool is you can either type your response, so a lot of you like to type, or maybe you don't have very good handwriting, so you can type it. Or if you prefer handwriting it, you can absolutely still do that, and you would just upload a picture to the website. You can take the test on your Chromebook. If you have a computer at home that you prefer, you feel like the connection's better, use whatever device you're comfortable with. You can even use a cell phone. So you can take it on any device, but you can only do one device. It's not like you can have it up on multiple devices. And then if you feel like you need more reliable tech, you can go to the collegeboard.org/tech by April 24th and just let them know you're worried about tech issues, and they'll try to help you out with that. So cb.org/tech, you just need to make sure you do that by April 24th so that they can hook you up prior to the test on May 20th. Any questions so far?
No.
Okay, so I wanted to go over the scoring with you. I don't think we really talked about this on Friday, but essentially now you only have one piece that determines your score. So your essay is still scored on the same rubric, which is that 6-point rubric where you have 1 point for your thesis, your 4 points for evidence and commentary, and your 1 point for sophistication. And then that 6-point rubric will translate to a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is like that overall AP test score. I don't know exactly what translates. Obviously, if you get a 6 on the essay, you're going to get a 5 on the test. I would assume it just kind of goes down from there, but I don't know their exact formula. I think they're probably still figuring that out as well. And then once you have this score of a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, I just wanted to remind everyone that a 4 or a 5 on the test is what's going to earn you that college credit. And even with this only 45-minute tests, the majority of colleges that they've spoken to have already said, yeah, we're still going to give the college credit. We're still going to honor it just like we always would. And then a 3 means you passed the test, so you should still feel really good about that, but you're not going to earn any college credit. A 3 is supposed to equate to like earning a C in the college level course. And so they still want you to take that class again in college. Any questions about the scoring? I know this part's kind of confusing.
Do you think it would be hard to get like a 4?
To get like, that's up. So I always told you guys like aim for at least a 4 out of 6 on the essay rubric. So out of this 6-point rubric, you want to be getting a 4 or better. I don't know if a 4 is going to be a 4 or not, or if it's going to be a 5 is a 4 and a 6 is a 5. I'm just not really sure. They haven't really put any of that out yet, because normally it would be like an average of everything you're doing.
Right.
So I feel like it might just depend on like the quality of work that students are submitting. Like if lots of students get 4s, like majority of people get 4s, a 4 might only be a 3 on the test. So if you can really try to get that 5 on the essay, that's going to be the best situation for you. So we'll really try to work on earning all 4 evidence and commentary points and trying to work on that sophistication point, because I think all of you guys are getting your thesis point and at least 2 or 3 of those evidence and commentary points. So we just need to get those last couple points on the rubric to try to help you get a 4 or 5 on the test. So, yeah. Anything else, girls? Or Abdur. I didn't mean to call Abdur a girl. I just meant because you already asked a question. I didn't know if they had any questions.
I forgot. Was a rhetorical question or analysis the one where we look at sources?
It's only one. Remember, you're analyzing somebody's rhetoric. So you have
Oh,
one.
okay, right. Okay.
So it's like the most recent one we practiced. You guys did with the Claire Booth Luce on the journalistic integrity. You read her introduction, and then you had to analyze it and write an intro paragraph and an analysis paragraph. So that's the one we're going to be doing.
Okay.
And don't worry, we'll keep doing a lot more practice till the end of the year. I will get to that slide in just a second. This I told you guys at the beginning of the year. If you earn that college credit, it's going to really be like an English 101 credit. Obviously, if you plan on going out of state and you have a very specific school in mind, you would want to check that school's specific website to see what is the AP credit going to get you. But for the majority of them, it's an English 101 credit. What's kind of nice too is you guys do get a second chance next year. So if you don't get the college credit this year, if you're taking AP Lit next year, you could earn it then. If you earn it both years, then you just get extra elective credit. So it's kind of nice to have 2 chances, but you could also earn more if you want. Okay, so they are seriously strict about this cheating and plagiarism because of the online platform of this test. So they're taking a lot of measures to catch it, and they're being extremely severe with the consequences if you're caught cheating in any way, shape, or form. So just be really, really careful. Everything that you write is going to be scanned, is going to be analyzed with anyone else taking the test. So just really make sure you're not talking to anyone when you're taking the test. You're not looking anything up online. It is open note. So that means that binder I gave you, all your notes on rhetorical analysis, we're going to be putting together a digital binder as well. So maybe you can print that out. It is open notes. You can use your notes. You just can't copy anything or look at anything on the internet, and you can't talk to anybody else taking the test because that would be cheating. Okay. We will also get copies of your response. So I just really wanted to reiterate with you guys, I know this is like a stressful time. Just do your very best on the test. Don't even do anything that you're worried could be considered cheating or plagiarizing. Okay. All right. And practice makes perfect. So we did do one practice test. Now we don't have to do a full practice test again because it's just a rhetorical analysis essay. So what we're going to be doing is we'll do a rhetorical analysis practice every single week for the rest of the school year. We have about 7 weeks before your test, or 6 weeks, I think, actually. So 6 weeks before your test. It doesn't mean I'm going to make you write a full rhetorical analysis essay every week because that's a lot, but we'll be doing a passage and part of the writing every single week, so you're getting that practice. Multiple choice Mondays after today are going to become optional because our focus really is going to be the AP test, and so I want you to be focusing on rhetorical analysis. But I'll still post ACT prep that you can do if you want to do, because I really want you guys to have that. My last piece of advice with this is, you know, if you really, really want to make sure that you do well on your AP tests and that's super important to you, I highly recommend scheduling writing conferences. That's going to be the best way to get really effective feedback and see the most growth in your writing is if you and I go through it one-on-one together. So you can do a writing conference anytime during my office hours from 1 to 2. And then on Wednesdays are becoming this flex day where we're not assigning new work. So I'll have extended office hours on Wednesdays where you can meet with me. So I'll be posting a spreadsheet for you to sign up on because again, we want it to be one-on-one so those conferences are more effective. But that's what I really recommend. Rhetorical analysis is a challenging skill. If you really want help with that, meet up with me for a conference and we can go over your writing. Okay. Well, that's about it as far as AP testing goes. Do you guys have any questions about anything? I forgot to cover.
None.
Nope. Okie dokie. Cool. Sweet. So then today, like I said, keep the rhetorical analysis thing in mind, but we're going to get to that later this week, because what our week kind of looks like here is today you're doing your last not optional multiple choice Monday. Tomorrow you're working on your letter, and Wednesday you're working on your letter and submitting it. And then Thursday and Friday we'll jump into rhetorical analysis to start getting you ready for that AP test. Okay. So your multiple choice Monday is in Albert today. So if you guys want to go ahead and open it up, we're going to do the first one together, because actually the first one is kind of tricky. And I just wanted to go over, this is an English practice this week, so it's where you have to edit as you're reading. So it's not like you read a whole passage and you're answering questions about the passage. You're answering the questions as you go, sort of editing and revising those underlined portions. Okay, so I'll let you three make sure you're into it, and then we will talk about number one together. I thought it was kind of tricky. And then just remember that if you want to work on timing, obviously we're not going to work on timing right now as we do number one together, but after you're done with number one, if you want to set yourself a timer for 10 minutes and try to finish in less than 10 minutes, that would be your ACT timing. But if you want to just focus on building the skills of getting better at editing, you know, you guys still might have a while before you take the ACT, so you don't have to stress about the timing yet. So it's up to you how long you want to spend on it. All right, are you guys in it?
Yep.
Yep. Sure, you good?
And it's winning.
Okay, cool. All right, so finding Iranian roots. So let's go ahead and take a look at paragraph 1, and then we'll stop when we get to that first underlined portion. So the multicolored shimmer, glow, and sparkle overwhelmed me from every angle. Small bits of glass in greens, reds, and purples lit up the room. Everywhere I turned my head in amazement, reflected light danced and played. The walls and ceiling were completely alight, and mirrors almost distracting me from multiple car-sized chandeliers. Okay, so I read a little bit more, and I just want you guys to know why I didn't like stop immediately after number one, is because I felt like I needed a little more context before I'm like able to correct it and make sure I have the right answer. So now I can go ahead and go down to question number 1. You guys can already see the correct answer. I kind of messed this up. Okay. All right. So we'll talk about this one because I thought it was kind of tricky. When it says, which choice most dramatically emphasizes the small size of the class? Okay, so you really have to carefully look at that question. It's all about being dramatic with the word choice here. So if we look at small bits on its own, is small bits very dramatic?
No.
No.
No, it's kind of just like describing it, but not very dramatically. So then you have minute shards. Well, minute shards is going to be a lot more dramatic because minute means like really small.
Yeah.
Okay, shards is a lot more specific. Again, tiny pieces, it's not that dramatic. It's kind of similar to small bits. Okay, just different words. Small size bits, again, you're just adding in that extra word. So you want to make sure if it gives you a question, which not all of them do, sometimes you're just editing them. You really want to carefully choose if it's saying like dramatic, look for that strong specific word choice. Okay, you guys want to do another one together? Number 2?
Yeah.
This is that was only a medium question, and this was a difficult one. Okay, and I didn't do this one already, so I definitely won't show you the correct answer. All right. So number 2 comes after that sentence we already looked at. Everywhere I turned my head in amazement, reflected light danced and played. So it says, if the writer were to delete the preceding sentence, the paragraph would primarily lose a visual image that conveys the light and beauty the narrator is seeing, an example of the narrator dancing and playing in joy, unnecessary detail that detracts from the somber tone of the essay. A statement of the purpose of the essay. Okay, so of those 4 choices, and then looking at the sentence, what do you think the writer used?
Before number 2, so like as my father, that sentence.
No, this one right here. See how it's copied again in the question too.
Okay.
Everywhere I turned, my head in amazement, reflected light danced in the lane. So you're kind of looking at the role of that sentence. Do you think A, B, C, or D kind of sums up what that sentence is doing? You guys.
Wait, do we answer?
Well, give me a thumbs up when you're ready. I'll wait till everyone thinks.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, Drew, you're good?
Yes.
Alex?
Yeah.
Think you got it? Okay. All right. On the count of 3, what do you guys think? 1, 2, 3. What did you say?
A.
Hey, you're right. You're absolutely right. Okay.
Why is that
Definitely,
difficult?
for sure, A. Okay. I mean, it's just describing the reflected light dancing and playing. So that's an image that we're seeing. The narrator, so B doesn't make any sense. The narrator's not dancing. Okay. It's definitely not an unnecessary detail that distracts from the somber tone. That doesn't sound very somber. Okay. And it's not a statement of purpose. It's just that imagery. Okay. See, we got it correct.
You know what would be like an example if it did like take away from the sober tone?
I think you can just already tell. I know we didn't even read the whole passage yet, but I think somber means sad. And I feel like even just from reading this first paragraph, like something that beautiful doesn't really create like a somber tone. So it just kind of shows that that one wouldn't really fit. And you know that A fits so well because it like seeing the light dancing is definitely painting that visual image. So you don't need to overthink it so much, and you can just kind of go with your gut on these. Because remember too, you are kind of pressed for time in these situations. So don't second guess yourself or anything like that. Kind of go with what feels right. All right, guys. So you've got 13 more questions on your own. You can see these questions. I know we were going slow together, but they move a little bit faster than the reading. You're kind of answering them as you go along. So that's about it today. You're going to finish those 15 questions on Albert. When you submit them, it's going to tell you how many you got correct, and then you are. For a second, then you're going to fill out your Google Doc here, MCM ACT English questions, just filling in that information, same type of reflection you did last week. Okay. Any other questions, y'all?
Nope.
Nope.
Well, and if you feel like, because this doesn't take you that long, because again, it might only take you like 10 minutes and then another 5 minutes to fill out the reflection. You've got more time today to work on your letter, and you can hit me up for office hours from 1 to 2 if you want any help on your letter, or if you want me to talk about your previous rhetorical analysis with you, like that. Okay?
Alrighty. Thank you, Miss Miller.
Have a good day, guys.
You too. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.